You don't have to love your job. It doesn't have to make you so happy. It just has to do these other things instead. So if you're in a situation where you're questioning your work, you're questioning your job, is this what I'm supposed to be doing with my life? Is this the meaning of my life? I don't like these tasks. I don't like to do it. Then welcome in, fam. Much love, Trav here. Smash the thumbs up button if that sounds interesting to you. Each like is one pet for the dog, or each like is one pet for the sheep. Out here on the farm, Sunday, working for you, doing this for free. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. And yeah, we're gonna be talking about work. So if you're just uncertain on work, you're seeking clarity, then welcome into this conversation. As always, please comment down below. I'm gonna help you feel better about your work and what you might do and what you should do and how you should proceed. So if I'm going to cut to the chase, I would say that it's not so important that you love your work or that your work is your passion. It's more important that your work gives you and your family security. And it's also more important that your work feels important and you feel like you're the right person to be doing it. It's more important than loving your work and feeling passionate about it and loving the tasks. It's more important than that it supports you so that you can do the things that you love outside of work. And also it's more important that you feel that your work is important and that you're the right person to be doing it. I'm not saying you have the perfect work now or that you shouldn't switch jobs. Maybe you should switch jobs, maybe you should switch careers, but there's a way of looking at the work that you're doing now where you can make a bigger impact. And the reason that I feel like this video is necessary is that should be a no-brainer, but the reason I feel this video is necessary is because in America, in the USA, if you're watching the USA, shout out from Hawaii, we have this very individualized pursuit of happiness sort of thing. Like, I want to pursue my passions. And what happens when people pursue happiness is they often pursue pleasure. They pursue dopamine, and that's why they play the video games and watch the porn and drink the alcohol and caffeine and weed and just stack all these dopamine hits because they've been told that it's good to just pursue happiness, pursue pleasure. Whereas in lots of other parts of the world, I'm Chinese. The Chinese is more of an obligation, a duty to your ancestors, to your family, and it also might be not exactly to your country, but to your civilization to do what's asked of you. Do what's asked of you. And when you make your life less about me being happy and more about serving and duty and obligation, kuleana as it's called in Hawaiian, then you have a more meaningful life that also tends to lead towards happiness. Because when you pursue happiness, you oftentimes, again, pursue pleasure and find yourself empty. But if you pursue impact, then you might find yourself quite happy as well. So I can tell you from experience that I had such a cool job. It was like I was a gamer. I'm gonna be a pro gamer. I'm gonna play games for a living. I'm gonna play cards for a living. I'm gonna travel the world and play cards for a living. And I actually did it. And it was cool, and I loved it. It was fun, but it felt empty. It felt meaningless. It felt pointless. And I could have, I guess COVID would have screwed it up anyways. So it's hard to say that, yeah, I could have kept doing it. If not for COVID, yeah. Or I could have found some other version of that. But it was like so empty. So what's the point? I'm just playing games, right? I tried to spin it into something where, oh, well, I'll make videos, I'll share an energy, I'll share an emotion. But instead, I take a job where, and I'm getting up at 5:30 a.m. on Monday, optionally. I don't want to, but it's more important that I go out and I'm harvesting the food and I'm working on something that's good for the environment and working on something that, spreading a new movement, a better way to grow food, getting good food out there, helping people with their physical health, with their mental health. It's more important for me to do that than for me to really enjoy what I'm doing. Some of the things I enjoy what I'm doing. Some of the things I'm stuck in the office dealing with the website, or I'm just, shoveling pathways, or doing basically bullshit that I don't love. I'm okay. It's not my passion. But the work feels important to me, and I also feel like I'm the right person to be doing it, and that's more important. So again, I want to share that with you. Now, the second thing to consider is sometimes you don't have that either, but there's no shame in having a job for money so that you can pay the bills, so that you can take care of your mom, so that you can take care of your kids, so that you can start a family, whatever it may be. There's absolutely no shame in that. If you don't love your job and it seems pointless, but it pays the bills, yes, dream on. But in the meantime, there's no shame in that. That's totally fine. It's okay, especially as a man, for anyone, but especially as a man. Really feel that it's our job in society to be mules for pain to, whether that's our family or especially a family or society, to do the hard labor, to do the risky work, to die, to sacrifice. Ideally you live, but to take on the risks for your family, for society. And it's a masculine and a manly thing to do, and it's okay. It's okay. We think about, many of you can relate to this. Dad's not around a lot because he's working to put food on the family, food on the table, and to pay for nice things. And maybe he don't love his job. Maybe it's not the best, the most high prestigious job, but that's dad. That's masculine. That's very much appreciated. Someone has to do it. Someone has to do it. Someone has to clean the sewage. Someone has to clean up the trash. Someone has to do it. And there's respect. It's like, maybe it's not the most meaningful thing. It don't matter. Maybe it's not the highest paying thing, but somebody has to do it. And if you're doing it, respect to you, man. Respect to you. And that goes for women as well, but historically, and I feel like it's especially a thing to do with being a man. So just want to, again, motivate you. If you are struggling with work, again, just showing up and doing it's awesome, and you deserve a lot of credit and props for doing that. And then the last thought that I have for you before I take off here is that I want you to separate your money and your work. I could go into a longer discussion for this, but you should be savvy with your money. You should save it. You should be frugal. You should invest. You should build a nest egg, which is going to give you an opportunity to travel and to change and to move what you're doing. And when you do that, you're going to find that you still want to work, and you're going to find that the work that you want to do, you're going to do it anyways, even if you don't need the money. And then working backwards from there, if you don't need the money, you can do that work right now anyways, whether that's starting a YouTube channel, whether that's volunteering, whether that's doing mission work, whether that's starting an animal sanctuary, taking care of some animals, whatever it is. A lot of these things you can do right now. If your job doesn't need to be everything, just like a person doesn't need to be everything, your job needs to pay the bills. That's the main thing. If it gives you an impact, make a difference in the world, that's great. If it makes you happy, that's great, but it doesn't need to be all these things. You can make your impact in different ways. You can do things to make you happy in different ways. So how can you make that impact? It can be your side hustle, your part-time, the thing that you do, and that's totally okay too. And it can stay as your side hustle. It doesn't necessarily need to become your main thing. We see on Instagram, especially, all these people traveling. This is my job. I'm an influencer. And think that that's normal and that's healthy and that's attainable, and it don't even need to be. All these people still not sure what they're doing. So appreciate you, much love. If you found that helpful, please comment down below. Please leave a comment so I know that you found this helpful. It helps the channel out quite a bit. And then make sure to turn on the bell if you haven't done that. That'd be the next step. And then personal update for my channel. I'll come in with maybe a more personal where I'll share more about what's going on with me, but I'm pretty busy. There's a lot going on. There's a lot demanding my attention, my time, my emotions, and my energy, and therefore that's why it's a little bit fewer videos right now. I'm still getting it done, and that's probably going to continue on for at least another week or 2 weeks, and then I'm hoping to get back to lots of videos all the time, but we'll see. Just letting you know if I'm seem a little bit busy, or you don't see me posting on Instagram as much, or you don't see me on on YouTube quite as much. There's a lot going on, and maybe I'll fill you in on that in a bit, but for now, gotta get back to life. So appreciate you, much love, thank you, and please let me know how you're feeling. Comment down below. Okay, peace.